In the dim light of history, some shadows loom larger and darker than others. Welcome to Tales from the Dark Dossier. Tonight, we journey back to 1692 to a small Puritan village in Massachusetts, a place that would become infamous for a terrifying chapter in American history, the Salem witch trials. What began as a strange illness afflicting two young girls, Betty Paris and Abigail Williams, spiraled into a storm of paranoia, accusation, and death. The girls' fits, convulsions, and strange utterances baffled doctors. When medicine failed, the village turned to a darker explanation: witchcraft. Under intense pressure, the girls named their supposed tormentors: Tituba, a Caribbean slave in the Paris household; Sarah Good, a homeless beggar; and Sarah Osborne, an elderly woman embroiled in property disputes. These were the first sparks in a wildfire of fear. They were easy targets, outsiders on the fringes of a rigid society. They hunted were not mythical beasts, but ordinary people, your neighbors, your friends, even your family. As accusations flew, the list of suspects grew. Martha Corey, a respected, church-going woman, was accused simply for questioning the girls' claims. Bridget Bishop, a tavern owner known for her colorful clothing and independent spirit, was the first to be hanged. Rebecca Nurse, a frail, 71-year-old grandmother known for her piety, was initially found not guilty, but public outcry forced the magistrates to reconsider, and she too was sent to the gallows. So, who were the hunters leading this charge? The primary figures were the local magistrates, John Hathorne and Jonathan Corwin. They weren't impartial judges. They were interrogators, prosecutors convinced of the devil's work in Salem. Their questioning was designed not to find truth, but to extract confessions. They accepted spectral evidence, the claim that a witch's spirit could torment victims in their dreams, as undeniable proof. This meant the accused had no way to defend themselves. How do you prove your spirit wasn't somewhere, doing something evil? Presiding over the formal court of Oyer and Terminer was Deputy Governor William Stoughton. A man of cold, unbending conviction, Stoughton was the chief architect of the trial's legal framework. He was relentless, pushing for convictions even when evidence was flimsy and recantations were made. It was Stoughton who insisted on Rebecca Nurse's reconsideration and who signed the death warrants that sent 19 innocent people to their deaths. Giles Corey, an elderly farmer, was pressed to death with heavy stones for refusing to enter a plea, a brutal end for a man who defied a broken system. By the autumn of 1692, the hysteria began to wane. Influential figures, including the governor's own wife, were being accused. The educated elite of Boston started to publicly question the reliance on spectral evidence. The court was dissolved, and the remaining prisoners were eventually released. But the damage was done. 20 people were executed, and several more died in prison. The community was shattered, and the hunters were left to reckon with the lives they had destroyed. Years later, some, like Judge Samuel Sewell, would publicly apologize for their role. But William Stoughton never did. The Salem witch trials serve as a chilling reminder of how fear, superstition, and a failure of justice can combine to create a perfect storm of terror. It shows us that the most dangerous monsters are often not those who hide in the shadows, but those who stand in the open, convinced of their own righteousness. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the dark. If you found this tale compelling, please like this video and subscribe to Tales from the Dark Dossier for more stories from history's most unsettling chapters. Until next time, stay curious.